Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and I hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Thursday, January the 25th, 2024. It's about 7:58 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I just wanted to come on here and make a video for you all. I actually wasn't even going to make a video because I just got home from work and a bit tired, but as I was coming home from work, I was listening to something, and I heard about Wayfair's CEO being in some controversy for some comments that he made, and the comments pretty much were, well, I'll just tell you the quote here. He said, quote, "Working long hours, being responsive, blending work and life is not anything to shy away from. There's not a lot of history of laziness being rewarded with success." And so what he's essentially saying is that employees need to start blending work and life. Like, it has to, pretty much become, all one, together. There is no separate work and separate life. This is different from what a lot of like other employers, try to put out. A lot of employers, they put out the message of, oh, we want to have a work-life balance. You're balancing work and life. But this CEO, who's obviously kind of, out of touch with, the way things are going, people aren't looking to work longer and longer hours. People, we're already working, longer hours than, before. And so people are, and the reason why people are working longer hours is because, the economy, and people, they have to work longer hours to make the same amount of money, or to have the same pretty much spending power as they had before. But with inflation, people are working more, working longer hours and everything. But yeah, this CEO, he believes that you need to work longer hours. You need to blend work and life. They shouldn't be separate. He is saying that, in a way, the way I interpret it, he's equating not working a lot of hours with someone who's lazy. And so I just don't agree with this statement. I mean, this is a statement that, in a way, if I was a Wayfair employee, I'd interpret this like, you want me to work long hours and, pretty much not really have a true home life. Because how are you going to really have a true home life if you've blended, right, work and life? It's not two separate things. I mean, think about it. As a normal person, you have your work life and you have your home life. They really shouldn't be, together as one, blended, like this CEO is saying. And so he's in some controversy. He is facing a lot of backlash, I think rightfully so. There's talks of boycotting. I didn't see any reports of employees quitting, but here's the interesting thing. Wayfair just announced that they're laying off 13% of their workforce, which is 1,650 employees. So 1,650 employees have just gotten laid off. So guess what? Now, the Wayfair employees that are still there are pretty much going to have to pick up the slack, because I don't, they're saying, they overhired and everything, pretty much it's a cost cutting measure that Wayfair is implementing. I've heard that it's going to save them. I forgot. It was something in the millions of dollars. I forgot the exact number. It was going to save them a pretty substantial amount of money laying all these people off. And you have to remember how a layoff works. They look at the numbers on a spreadsheet and they determine, okay, because think about it, you know, especially you work for like a big corporation, you're kind of just a number on a spreadsheet. You have to, you know, continuously pay this person, and so you're kind of they have to look at the numbers, and unfortunately, behind those, well, there's a person behind those numbers, and that's something that I think a lot of corporations don't really look at. There's a human being, there's life behind, okay, this person we got to pay this much, and you're just looking at a number and a name on a spreadsheet. But that's how the game works, I guess. But yeah, 1,650 employees laid off. Most likely the people that's left are going to have to pick up the slack, which means they're going to have to work long hours. Right after this, and I think this announcement came after this quote was released by the Wayfair CEO. I'm not 100% sure on that, but even if it wasn't, I mean, um, he's basically laying people off, or whatever, his team or whatever is laying people off. And now you're hearing the message from your CEO. Like, I'm taking this as, kind of like a personal thing. If I worked for Wayfair, if I worked for Wayfair and I saw them lay off 1,650 people, and I'm hearing the CEO say you got to work long hours and start blending work and life, basically saying it shouldn't be separate. I don't know. I just don't think that's the right type of workplace culture I'd want to be a part of. If I'm going to get a job and work at a place, I want somebody that's at least going to acknowledge that, hey, work-life balance does exist. There is no blending it and, working long hours and, it's just this quote just kind of makes me chuckle. I'm going to read it again. It says, working long hours, being responsive, blending work and life is not anything to shy away from. There's not a lot of history of laziness being rewarded with success. So you're equating not wanting to work long, excessive amounts of hours with laziness to a certain degree, the way he's using it, or this way I'm interpreting it, at least. And so, I just want to ask, what's wrong with working a normal work week? What's wrong with working just a normal 40 hours a week? There's nothing really wrong with that. Some people don't want to work 60 and 70 hours a week. Some people, especially, let me tell you, if you're doing that in your salary, that's even worse. I mean, if you're hourly, hey, you're getting time and a half after 40 hours. So, hey, you work 60 hours a week. It can be tiring, but it's not that bad. But if you're salary and you're putting in 60 and 70 hours a week, and it's not like, you're not getting paid overtime, you're getting the same pay regardless of how many hours you work. That's bad. And I'm pretty sure they got a lot of like people on salary working long hours, and now you're hearing your CEO saying, hey, embrace the long hours, which means it's not going to end soon. So they lay off people, tell you, hey, you got to work long hours. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with blending work and life. I don't know, Wayfair. That's why it's people saying that they gonna boycott. So yeah, I just thought I'd give my opinion on this. I saw this and I said, man, I had to come on here and talk about this because um, that's crazy. You don't really see like CEOs just straight up say stuff like this because they know the type of backlash it's gonna get. I think a lot of CEOs, they might kind of have this view like, yeah, we want our employees to work longer hours, because the longer, the more production they put in, more time they put into the company, you know, more than likely that's going to be more and more production that benefits the company from that one employee. And so, you know, I think many CEOs, they want you to work longer hours, but some jobs just don't really require you to work long hours. Some do, but I don't really think, hey, it's something to embrace and say we have to do this. Like, it's a great thing. Work long hours, barely have a life outside of work, and blend your, you know, work and life, Um, it's just, it's something, you gotta kind of, people already work hard. We don't want somebody from the very top saying, hey, you got to work harder, work longer hours and everything. I don't know. Working longer hours doesn't really equate to success either. There's plenty of people that work long hours that wouldn't consider themselves as successful. If you work long hours at some job that's paying $15 an hour, $16 an hour, you're not gonna see the, I guess, perceived success, at least monetarily, that you would like. You're still not gonna have a lot of money to pay bills with if you're working long hours, you're working hard, but the pay isn't there. And so I wonder how Wayfair pays its employees too. Is it on par with the going market rate for each position? I'd like to see that. I didn't look it up before this video, but I don't know. That's just something I'm curious about too. Especially this CEO, he has kind of this mentality. It's different from a lot of CEOs, So I don't know. Like I say, a lot of employers, a lot of CEOs, the message is work-life balance, but he kind of just flipped the script a little bit. Says working long hours, being responsible, blending work and life. It's not anything to shy away from. And they know a lot of people aren't happy to work long hours, unless you're somebody that really wants to make money, and if you have some sort of savings goal, then yeah, but just doing it just to do it and not have no life outside of the job, like, that's not really something that people embrace or look forward to. People work to, be able to, live and pay their bills and everything, and putting in an excessive amount of hours just isn't something that people are just interested in like that. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting that he would say this, long hours. Me personally, I don't even mind working long hours. I like my job, and so I know that's different from like a lot of people. A lot of people hate their job and everything, but I don't really mind it. But I'm just kind of speaking for the people that do mind working long hours. Not a lot of people are interested in that, and so I think this CEO needs to be mindful of that. I really think he should take these comments back and issue an apology, but I know well, I don't want to say I know, but I don't think he's going to do that. My personal opinion, but tell me what you all think below. This is unfortunate. I just think that, you have to care about your employees' life. I don't want to say care, but at least give consideration to an employee's life outside of work. Because if an employee has a really good work-life balance, pays on par with the going, market rate for the position, you're gonna have a happy employee and a more productive employee. Because if you have a happy employee, you're gonna have somebody that's eager to, you know, do more. Sometimes, not all the time, but you're gonna have more employees that are more eager to do more in a shorter amount of time because they know, hey, it's work-life balance. I'm happy. I'm willing to work for the employer. But Wayfair, I don't know. But let me know in the comments what you all think. I'll go ahead and end this video now. We're going on 17 minutes, so I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are relaxed. I hope you all have come home from work for the day. We got Friday and it's the weekend, and be able to enjoy the weekend. But thanks. I'm just kind of rambling on here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day whenever you're watching this. Night, weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever you're watching this. Have a good time.